Greetings, humans. I'm Andy, and I'm George, and this is Couscous, and welcome back to the Windmill full of corpses. So, this is Nemophila again, and it's a cover of Kurenai from X Japan. And my first question is, why not Z Japan? Or Y Japan? Or J Japan? J Japan? Yes, J Japan. Why don't you just go through the whole alphabet at that point? Because J Japan is J. Yes, J. I don't know why we're talking about the things we're talking. This is Nemophila, and we haven't seen them in quite a while. And we've got a couple of new requests, and we're gonna go through them. Because apparently y'all won't let us go on with this channel without having Japanese men along here constantly. I mean, no. That might be an RGB. Whatever you say, bro. Might. No, this is too pretty.
I favored my heartache. I was felt lonely you. When I was looking, the shadows on the wall surrounding into the night to find her.
And now it goes bonkers.
Nemophila!
I'm good with that. That was very satisfying. I think Couscous has a new friend. Who's Couscous' new friend? The skull on Tamu's t-shirt. No, I'm Couscous' friend. Now he likes the dead. I am dead! Okay, I don't know how many bands can get away with putting out videos that are just no production, just rehearsal room sound quality. I wish more bands could. I wish more bands could too, but you probably have to be 5 very pretty Japanese chicks in order to get away with it. Yeah. Give us some really fat, old, ugly blokes playing in a room. I want to see that. Yes. But I admit you can still hear everything clearly. It's not the sound quality means it's not impactful or punchy, but you can still hear everything very clearly, which means you can also tell a lot of the dynamics they're doing. Very, endurance testing song. A lot of galloping riffs, and then when they do leads, a lot of the leads are still tremolo picking. So carpal tunnel syndrome. Yes, carpal tunnel syndrome, yes. That's typically a dude thing, because, dudes tend to do things that give you that more. Regardless of where their musicians are now. Why must you make this comment when we just reacted to 5 girls? I don't know. It just kind of came into my head, and I don't have a filter on what comes out my mouth. Yeah, I think that's actually a big reason why people watch us. Yes. Anyway, let's talk about music. Yes, their carpal tunnel syndrome sounds way better. Of course! Yes. So, lots of heavy endurance riffs, lots of heavy endurance soloing. I liked how the song was structured because he had once the heavy part, let's just talk the heavy part first. How you have one verse and the chorus and then long instrumental section. That wasn't just a solo. It was alternating solos and harmonized sections. Almost every time there's a lead, I think you have Haraguchi-san holding the rhythm on her own and both guitars go harmonizing. Yeah. And I think there was also a key change somewhere in there. I don't know. At some point, the whole thing just kind of went suspended. There were only drums, and then what came next sounded like it was in a completely different register. Mm-hmm. It was the same sort of dynamic of carpal tunnel syndrome and fast power metal drums, and I think drums were bordering power trash. It's sitting somewhere in the middle. Thrash. You have to pronounce the thr, otherwise you just put them in the bin. They went in the bin the moment they showed up on our channel. Because we're the bin? Yes, we're the bin. We're the bin. We have to rename the channel to The Bean. Full of corpses. Fair enough. I like how Mayu can sing Tender. That was the intro bit. And then once the heavy part kicks in, she doesn't know how to not sing gritty anymore. Yeah. So the reason why I didn't pay so much attention to structures and what was going on musically as you did is because I was really taken by the actual sound textures in this one. Mm-hmm. Mayu sings really distorted. Yes. And it's hard to tell whether it's a challenging performance that's kind of making her, push on the vocals, or whether she's actually going for a kind of Kurt Cobain sound of that grit going in there on purpose. I think it's a bit of both. Yeah, I think it's a bit of both too. And I also think I think a lot more vocalists would sound like this if you were to hear them with no processing on their vocals. Yeah. If you heard just raw live sound without any effects on it and it was just one voice, I think a lot more vocalists would sound like this. Yeah, you hear the effort. Yes, you hear the effort. You don't hear the effort in a lot of music these days because it's all tinkered animals made of garden bushes. Yes. That's what sound is like these days in bands. Yes. So this is probably one of the most raw things we're ever going to see on this channel. Yeah. And I think it's not just the vocals. I think actually everything was really raw. Mm-hmm. It was all just the instruments they were playing, no backing tracks, no effects on the vocals. And I think on the guitars, they literally just had their distortion that they were using. I didn't feel like there was any delay, anything to enrich the sound or make it bigger. So it sounded really stripped down. And what I don't like about things that sound stripped down is that they lose a bit of the impact. Mm-hmm. What I do like about things that sound stripped down is that they're really organic, really tangible, really hands-on, and you can hear everything that's going on. Mm-hmm. That's really satisfying. You can hear how one guitar is moving up while the other one's going down. You can hear how they're interacting. You can hear how the song is written really well. And another thing that I really liked about the sound production was the drums. I went on a drum sound analysis streak last night, so I'm kind of fixated on that. What I realized annoys me a lot about drum sounds is if you have really noisy cymbals, really loud cymbals.
Yes, where instead of hearing the slams, you just hear kind of
yeah, and it's just this like, C sound in your head, right? And here you could hear the strikes on the cymbals really well, and they were not overpowering the rest of the drums, and the kick had this like really satisfying, like, punch to it that was just there, really short and really impactful. It was really nice. I love the drum sound.
Yeah, when you say drum sound and production, you mean you like the fact that there isn't any production. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just taken directly out of the mixing board.
There could be some production. We don't know for sure, but it's very little. Yeah. So yeah, there could be no production as well. I'm not gonna take a guess on that.
Also, when Mayu went like this to the camera, I could just see everyone else jealous internally because their hands were filled.
They're like, yeah, you get all the attention while we're doing the work, eh? Yeah. Well, that's the life of a vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
no loading gear, no, you get all the crowd interaction, you get all the attention and the glory.
Yeah, but also, you have to take care of your health, and that sucks.
Yeah, and you can't drink on tour.
Yeah. And you're not allowed to talk on tour.
Yeah.
So you have to get attention by smiling at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're gonna go to talk to people on tour, this is obviously applies to much smaller bands than Nemophila, because if Nemophila went to talk to the crowd, they'd probably be mobbed. But vocalists who hang out at the merch table or stuff like that, it's hell for them if they try to do that every night.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I really liked this. This was really nice. And it was mostly satisfying musically. A lot of the Japanese bands have really satisfying videos and stuff. This was particularly musically satisfying, so I'm really happy with it. Are we done here? Yes. So if you enjoyed this reaction, we greatly appreciate the likes and shares, and if you want some more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon. Or see you around.